What an incredible day we have experienced last evening, where India beat Australia, and then early in the morning in the 4:30 a.m. game we saw Afghanistan trumping over Bangladesh and ensuring that in one game, in one result, they ensured that two teams were sent back and out of the World Cup. Incredible, isn't it? Normally ऐसा होता है ना कि आप एक मैच जीतते हो तो आपको लगता है कि अच्छा एक मैच जीता तो सामने वाला जो हार गया है that team will be eliminated. But यहाँ पर with Afghanistan winning, they not just ensured that Bangladesh was eliminated, but also Australia got eliminated because of that win. Absolutely stunner. So stoked about the fact that Afghanistan could make it and to get into the semi-finals for the first time ever. A team that was playing the 5th division of ICC tournaments. Division 5 is basically what we watch, what we experience right now at an international level. उसके 5 division नीचे यानी 6 level नीचे वो खेलते थे in 2008. Okay, 2008 में level 5 खेल रहे थे, डिवीजन 5 खेल रहे थे. फिर डिवीजन 5 से आप 4 पे आते हो, 3 पे आते हो, 2 पे आते हो, 1 पे आते हो. उसके बाद इंटरनेशनल स्टेटस होता है आपका. इंटरनेशनल स्टेटस आप खेलते हो एंड उसमें सिर्फ उतना ही नहीं कि आपने इंटरनेशनल स्टेटस खेला है, आप फुल मेंबर नेशन बने हो. फ्रॉम एन एसोसिएट नेशन टू बिकमिंग अ फुल मेंबर नेशन, व्हिच मींस यू हैव अ टेस्ट स्टेटस आल्सो, एंड देन टू गेट इनटू द वर्ल्ड कप and get into the semi-finals of it, all in 16 years. 2008 made Division 5 to a semi-finalist in the World Cup. I think this is an incredible journey, and to talk more about this journey, I've been joined by producer Pranav. Pranav, what a game, man, this was.
What an absolute fantastic showcase. It's almost poetic justice that the last group stage game of the ICC T20 Men's World Cup 2024 happens to be a low-scoring thriller. It's been a pattern of sorts since the start of the games, and the last group stage ends up being a similar case. Neil, you've given the Afghanistan team their flowers. You've given them the credits. Well, you might want to put on a jacket because the temperature of this place is about to go low, because this is going to be some icy comments, some cold-hearted comments coming towards the Bangladesh team from my side.
Go on.
Because truth has to be told, Bangladesh, I've never seen a team fumble as many victory possibilities. In fact, last night, or early morning UAE time, right now they stand as one of the biggest jokers of world cricket. It's almost unacceptable. You look back to 2016, the biggest stage that was set for them, a possibility to win and knock out India in Chinnaswamy Stadium in 2016.
Yep.
They fumbled that chance. Never has there been a bigger stage than last night. The whole world is watching you, Bangladesh. Afghanistan came in as the favourites. You were the underdogs. And to put Afghanistan under pressure for 115, so Barish aa gaya, your Rashid Khan, of course, he's a gun spin bowler. Noor Ahmed as well. This is one of the best prospects in world cricket right now. But to put that team under pressure, and Bangladesh also had a chance to magically qualify. 63 runs or more, if that was their margin of victory, they would have gone into the semi-finals. So such were the opportunities, and you've gone and fumbled it. Litton Das, credit to your 54, but I wish someone in my life puts as much trust as me as Litton does on his tail-ender batters. भाई tail-ender batters पे तुम उनको single लेके उनको बोल रहे हो कि भाई तुम खेलो. Your last few deliveries, you literally run a ball. You're 15 off 15, 18 off 19. In those cases, you're letting your literal bowlers go up against a Fazal Haq Farooqi. You're letting them go against a Gulbuddin. I don't understand the logic. No one ever seems to understand Bangladesh cricket's logic. You think they have figured it all out. There's a chance for them, but nahi. It's pretty much similar to the situation where you sit and look at Shakib Al Hasan's career and think, what value does he add to Bangladesh's cricket career now? I think he needs Bangladesh cricket more than Bangladesh cricket needs him. And I think these cold truths need to be spoken, needs to be said there.
Which is so true. You look at the intent. I was just talking about this a while back when I was talking about Australia's batting against India, trying to chase down 205, and all they needed was a win. That win would have ascertained that Afghanistan then had to win by a bigger margin to get through so that they could qualify on a better net run rate. But for Australia, that intent was seen. They went out and played like their lives depend on that. Bangladesh, they didn't need a win. They needed a win by a very strong margin. They needed to finish the game in about 12 odd overs. Now, for that to happen, they did one thing well, and that was restrict Afghanistan at just 115.
Right.
Rain curtailed game, all of that have being said. Sticky wicket, difficult wicket to bat on, turning tracks. All of that said, Bangladesh, they have played all their cricket on subcontinent wickets in subcontinent conditions, which means you have spinning tracks back home. You have spinners, quality spinners in your backyard against whom you play day in and day out. And 115 kind of a score. If you're looking to go out to qualify for the semi-finals, which means you need to score it down and chase it down in say about 11 odd overs, 12 odd overs, the intent was missing from the ball one. Yes, till the first rain break came through, they were ahead on DLS, but that was only for the win, not for qualification. You can't be scoring at 6 and over, 8 and over and hope that you will qualify. Qualification required you to score at 12 and over. Even if you lose wickets, doesn't matter. You might lose the game, fair, but you'll lose the game in pursuit of a chance to qualify for the semi-finals, not to just look for one more win and say, hey, okay, fine, we at least got one win in the Super 8s. No, that should not have been the intent. I think they've faltered. The leadership pact has faltered. The coaching staff, I don't know if the communication was clear to the players. It just looked like they just went out. We'll bat. We'll try and chase down 115 to make a win. And that also didn't happen.
Well, it's a mindless game. It's mindless cricket. And sooner or later, Bangladesh, the way they're going, they'll be irrelevant to international cricket. You look at the sides of Netherlands that's coming up and you see them with surprise players, surprise packages. The intent that you were talking about, because T20 is going that way. Nobody's sitting around to see the stats of a Shakib Al Hasan be the best all-rounder in the world. Sorry, those times are gone. You look at someone like Litton Das. Now he sits there with 54 or 49. He'll be sitting in the plane and thinking, मैंने क्यों ऐसे दिया इनको chances? Why did I let a Taksin Ahmed face against the Naveen ul Haq? Why did I let Mustafizur go up against
That is too late.
It's too late.
That's
Exactly.
already too late.
And those are the chances they will rule.
54 or 49 tells you a story that you were not playing to win the game. Rather, you were not playing to qualify. You were probably playing. Litton Das is one of the better batters in the entire team, right? I mean, there is Shanto, definitely, yes. He's a very technically sound batter, but Litton Das, Tanzir Hassan, yes. Shanto himself, Shakib Al Hasan with all the international experience that he has, Soumya Sarkar, Hridoy, all of these guys are technically very sound batters. There's nothing wrong with their batting abilities, but what was wrong was their intent. They didn't really, I mean, when you say that Litton Das didn't have the match presence of letting the tail enders bat, but by that time the shutters were already down. They were already out of the contest as far as qualifying for the semi-finals is concerned. And I think that is where the bigger picture comes in, Pranav.
Neil, you mentioned about intent. You talked about game presence and awareness. Now, I want to pick, and before we head into the break, I'll just give a teaser to our listener. You can also get involved in the conversation, 0586861003. या फिर हमें call करे 800-81003. What did you make of the two results? The game early this morning, Bangladesh versus Afghanistan, and India versus Australia last night. One person we have to speak about is Jonathan Trott. Neil, if you look at the boards that he was putting out saying, slow the game down. It's raining over there. And a certain Gulbuddin who had cramps for a good 5 seconds made the most magical recovery.